So basically, what we do here is to just check. Can you see what letter is this? What letter is this?
G.
Yeah, it's G. And what letter is this?
F.
This one?
G.
It's very important to check the letters that you're working with. So if you see, this is G over X is equal to X power 2 plus 2. So once you see the letter in the question that you'll be asked, check the function that has got the same letter. So this is G. So we get this function, not this one. So we are trying to find G over negative 2. You see, what is here?
It's X.
And what is here?
Negative 2.
So what conclusion can you make here? What do you think we're supposed to do this side?
There. The X is equal
So we're going to say equal to. Now, where there is X, we substitute. We're going to put negative 2. Remember, there is power 2 here. So this must be inside the brackets because of the negative sign. Okay? Plus a 2. Now you work out this side. You have 2, negative 2 times negative 2 plus a 2. So negative times negative, it's positive. 2 times 2, it's a 4, isn't it?
Yes.
Plus a 2. And our final answer will just be 4 plus 2. What are we getting? It's a 6. Like that. Okay? Is this difficult?
No.
Any question?
I just want to ask about where there is X now. So
Here.
many we have to replace.
We substitute, yes, we replace. Yeah, wherever we see X. Okay, what is inside here? If they put something, you also start doing the same to the other side. So if there's negative 2, meaning wherever we see X this side, we must put a negative 2 and solve. Yes. Where is my duster? Okay, it's right here. Okay, so now we go to B. This is B actually. A, B, C. This is D. We now go to B. So our B, look at this. They have given us to find what? This is B. They want us to find F over 5. So what are we going to do?
We'll just take that first one.
This one? This one, right? Because F. So we're going to say F of X is equal to 4X minus 1. And what do we do next?
Where there is X,
we substitute. So we're going to say F over 5 is equal to 4. Here we shall put a 5 minus 1, okay? Which is equal to a 20, right?
Yes.
And when we work out here, we're getting a 19. And this is our solution. It's clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we go to C. For C, they want us to find F inverse over X. This is very important. You see the way it looks? There is power negative 1. So what it means here, it means find the opposite. We're trying to find the opposite. Opposite. So for example, the opposite of this marker, this side, it's right here. Okay? You see? So that's the thing. We're trying now to find the opposite. Now, what function are we dealing with? The first one or the second one? The first one, because it has got F, and here we're dealing with F. So we're going to get that function and write it like this. Okay. Now, look, this is very important. This is where people get confused. So once we do this, where there is F of X, we put Y is equal to 4X minus 1. This works only for inverse. For inverse, wherever you see power negative 1, here put a Y. Okay, so that it helps us to find the opposite. So now we make X subject of the formula. So first, before we make X subject of the formula, if we look at this, which one is the subject of the formula? It's y. The letter that is just alone here, it's y. So now to do the opposite, we need to make this x be alone. So what are we going to do? We first group the like terms, or we put it in standard form. This thing will come this side, it will be what? Plus 1. It was minus, it will be plus. And the 4x there. This is what we remain with. So how do we now make, or how do we remain with x alone here? Because there is a 4x, now we want x. What do we do? We divide throughout by 4. So divide by 4, divide by 4. This and this will go. We remain with x. And this side we have y plus 1 over 4. We're almost done. Okay? So let me put it here. We are at this stage. I want you to see very carefully. We're at this stage. Y plus 1 over 4 is equal to x. We're at this stage, right? Yeah. Okay. So now, this can be rewritten as x is equal to y plus 1 over 4. You see that this and this are just the same. I'm just done. Yes. So once you reach this point, just tell yourself that I'm almost done. So what you do, you see that x is now the subject of the formula. Yeah. So now since it's the subject of the formula, now get this. F over f inverse of x, you write it here, is equal to, where there is y here, just put x plus 1 over 4. You see the things have changed. Yeah. Just change here, put that. And where there is y there, now since you found the opposite, put x. That's all. So this is the opposite of this function. The opposite of this function here, it's this one. Okay, you see? This one here. You see it, right? Is it making sense? Yes. Now we go to the last part. The last part, which is D, is also simple. Now look, what are you able to see there? What are you able to see there? F. So meaning both functions are involved. Okay. So now for this one, you remember what we are doing here? Yes. It's more like it's like this. G, okay, F, X there. So this thing is inside. You see? Here, what is inside? It was -2. We were substituting, isn't it? But for this one, meaning get this function and substitute the other function. You get my point? So when you just see two letters, whether there are no these brackets, like I will do functions, this and this, just know that this function, or the one that is right here, will enter this function, will be substituted in this other function. So it will be like this. We have G, let me start with F. So we're doing our D here, right? So we have F of X. What is F of X there? It's 4X. What about G of X? X squared plus 2, isn't it? So now to find G of F of X, this will simply mean get this function, put it where X is there. You see? So it will be 4x minus 1 squared. I've just put or substituted here. This is where it is. Can you see? Getting this substituted here, this is what we have, and then you say plus a 2. Okay? So now this means I know you know how to simplify this, isn't it? This power 2 means this multiplied by itself twice, right? This times this. This is what the power 2 means. And the plus 2 there is equal to 4x times 4x is 16x squared, isn't it? 4x times -1, it's negative 4x. -1 times 4x, the same. Yeah, it's the same, negative 4x. Negative or negative, it's positive. 1 times 1, it's 1 plus a 2. These two, don't forget it. So here we have 16x squared. These two will give us 8x, isn't it? 4 plus 4, negative 4 minus negative 4, you add them, they'll give you negative 8x. This plus this will get a 3, and this is our solution. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And lastly, this is the bonus. What if I say, look at this one. I say, we know that what we found here is g over f of x. Now, what if I say find g of f over of 1? Can you guess what to do? Can you guess?
No.
Remember, I said you substitute like we did here. So meaning, you see there is x here.
Yes.
There is 1 there. Meaning, you're going to put a 1 wherever there is x. Oh, actually, this is power 2. So meaning, you're going to... Okay, let me show you this. We have g of f of x, which we've just found. It's a 16x squared minus 8x plus a 3, isn't it? This is what we found. Now, the question I'm giving you is that find now g over f over 1. So this means it starts substituting. So you have 16, 1, I'm putting a 1 here,
Yes.
minus 8, a 1 there, plus a 3. You see, this is how you substitute. We shall get a 16 because 1 squared is just 1, minus 8 plus 3. And this will give us 16 minus 5, isn't it? Which is equals to 11.